This is need to have. Because the danger did not start when he asked for money. It started long before that. It started when he became part of my day. I knew who he was from the beginning. Or at least, I thought I did. I knew what he wanted when he said hi. So I gave him one clear stop point. If you ask me for money, we are done. That was my line. That was my boundary. And he knew it. But he still stayed. And I stayed too. I stayed because I wanted to see how it worked. I wanted to understand the process. I wanted to know how someone could build trust, create feelings, and still be pretending. But here is the first thing you need to understand. Sometimes, knowing the danger does not stop your heart from reacting. You can know something is wrong. You can see the red flags. You can even name the red flags. But if someone keeps showing up every day, your heart can still get used to them. That is why this knowledge matters. Because you do not only need to know what a scam looks like, you need to know how it feels. On the first day, I asked him for a photo. Not just any photo. I asked him to send me a photo of himself holding a cup. He murmured, "Are you kidding?" I could hear the irritation. Maybe he did not expect that. Maybe he was annoyed. Maybe he thought I was testing him too early. But the next morning he sent the photo. He was holding a cup. His face looked a little angry. And from that moment, we started talking. Every day. Not for 1 week. Not for 1 month. For 6 months. 6 months of daily conversation. And during those 6 months, he did not mention money. Not once. This is where many people misunderstand romance scams. You may think a scammer will ask for money fast. You may think they will rush. You may think they will sound fake. You may think you will catch them right away. But sometimes they do not rush. Sometimes they are calm. Sometimes they are patient. Sometimes they study you. And that is what makes it dangerous. He said he was an oil rig engineer. Of course he did. That is a common story. A job far away. A job that explains why he cannot meet. A job that explains strange hours. A job that explains distance. A job that creates mystery. But I have to say this. He was not careless. He was not dumb. He was intelligent. Or he was well trained. Or maybe he had learned the script very well. He knew how to talk. He knew how to wait. He knew how to make me feel special. Not too much. Not too little. Just enough. And this is another lesson for you. Love bombing is not always loud. Sometimes love bombing is quiet. Sometimes it is not 100 messages a day. Sometimes it is one perfect message at the right time. Sometimes it is a soft voice. Sometimes it is someone saying, "I am here for you." Sometimes it is someone waiting up late just to call you. He claimed he was emotionally available. He said he was willing to share his feelings. He said he was ready to be part of decision-making. He said he believed in helping with household chores. He said he wanted to support each other's personal and professional goals. Now listen to those words. They sound beautiful. They sound mature. They sound like the kind of man many women have been waiting for. He did not just say, "You are beautiful." He said deeper things. He talked about emotional safety. He talked about partnership. He talked about support. He talked about building a life. And that is why it can touch you. Because he is not only speaking to your ears, he is speaking to your unmet needs. If you have been tired of carrying everything alone, those words feel powerful. If you have wanted someone who listens, those words feel powerful. If you have someone who shows up, those words feel powerful. But here is what you need to ask. Are these words connected to real action? Or are they only designed to open your heart? Because someone can say they are emotionally available, but that does not mean they are real. Someone can say they want to support your goals, but that does not mean they are honest. Someone can say they want a future with you, but that does not mean they plan to live in that future. He also told me about his childhood. He said growing up on a farm with his grandparents was a blessing. He said it shaped his character. He said it gave him a deep appreciation for the land that sustained them. He said those memories still echoed in his heart. That sounds touching, right? It sounds warm. It sounds human. It sounds like a man decent with roots, a man with values, a man with family memories, a man who understands hard work. And that is the point. Stories create trust. Details create trust. A childhood story makes the person feel real. It gives your mind pictures. You can almost see the farm. You can almost see the grandparents. You can almost see the land. And once your mind can see it, your heart may start believing it. But you need to remember this. A good story is not proof. A sad story is not proof. A beautiful memory is not proof. A person who wants access to your heart may give you details that feel real, not because they are true, but because details help you stop questioning. He was always there for me. That is how it felt. When I traveled, he wanted me to check in with him. He wanted to know I was safe. He waited for me so he could call. Sometimes even at midnight. Sometimes he was so tired that he dozed off while talking to me. Now think about how that feels. If someone waits for you late at night, it feels like caring. If someone wants you to check in, it feels like concern. If someone falls asleep while talking to you, it feels sweet. It feels intimate. It feels like this person really wants to be with me. And this is where the emotional trap gets stronger. Because it is not one big thing. It is many small things. A message in the morning. A call at night. A soft word when you are tired. A question about your day. A memory he repeats. A future he describes. A feeling that someone is there. And slowly, your brain starts to include him in your daily life. This is why daily contact is powerful. Daily contact builds habit. Habit builds comfort. Comfort builds trust. And trust can make you lower your guard, even when you told yourself you would not. During those 6 months, I knew. But I also felt. That is the honest part. I knew the person he claimed to be might not be real. But the attention was real to my nervous system. The routine was real. The habit was real. The feeling of being wanted was real. And this is the hardest part to say. I can still say that I loved him. But not the real him. I loved the image he created. I loved the version of him that spoke to me every day. I loved the man in the story. I loved the man who said he was emotionally available. I loved the man who said he wanted partnership. I loved the man who waited for me. I loved the man who made me feel chosen. But that man was an image. And an image can be very powerful. This is what you need to understand. You can grieve at someone who was never real. You can miss a routine. You can miss a voice. You can miss the feeling. You can miss the dream. That does not mean you were foolish. It means your heart responded to what it was given. But now you must ask a harder question. Was I loved? I thought I was being loved. But maybe I was being studied. Because a person who studies your heart can learn exactly what you need to hear. They can learn when you are soft. They can learn what words calm you. They can learn what story makes you believe. They can learn how much attention is enough. Not too much. Not too little. Just enough. At the end, I said to him, "You know our stop point, don't you?" He said, yes. He knew. He always knew. But he still tried. After 6 months, he still tried. He invested all that time, all those messages, all those calls, all those soft words, all those emotional moments. And then he still moved toward the thing I told him would end it. Money. That tells you something very important. When someone respects you, they respect your stop point. When someone is using you, they keep testing it. He told me something else. He said he always felt that I wanted it less than him. That sentence stayed with me. Because at first, it sounds emotional. It sounds like pain. It sounds like he is saying, "I love you more than you love me." But now I hear it differently. That sentence was pressure. That sentence was guilt. That sentence was a way to make me prove myself. Because if someone says, "I feel like you want this less than me," what do they want you to do? They want you to try harder. They want you to explain yourself. They want you to give more. They want you to lower your boundary, to prove your feelings. And this is a big lesson. Real love does not need you to break your boundary to prove it. Real love does not punish you for being careful. Real love does not rush you into fear. Real love does not make your safety look like rejection. If someone makes you feel guilty for protecting yourself, pause. If someone keeps pushing after you say no, pause. If someone uses sadness to move your boundary, pause. Because love respects the line. Manipulation studies the line. And then it looks for a way around it. So here is what I want you to take from my story. Do not only look for the money request. Look for the setup before the money request. Look at the daily contact. Look at the perfect words. Look at the job that keeps them far away. Look at the reason they cannot meet. Look at the emotional stories. Look at how they respond when you test them. Look at how they respond when you say no. Look at whether they respect your stop point. Because the scam may not start when they ask for money. The scam may start when they make you feel responsible for their emotions. It may start when they become part of your day. It may start when they make you feel chosen before they have earned your trust. And this is why this knowledge is not nice to have. It is needed to have. Because you can be smart and still be touched. You can be careful and still feel attached. You can see the red flags and still feel the pull. If this helps you understand what is really happening, subscribe. We talk about the emotional patterns most people miss. So please remember this. Your kindness is not the problem. Your hope is not the problem. Your desire to be loved is not the problem. The problem is when someone uses those beautiful parts of you as a door. A door to your trust. A door to your emotions. A door to your money. A door to your life. So, protect your door. Keep your stop point. Say it clearly. And when someone crosses it, believe what that tells you. Because the right person will not punish you for having boundaries. The right person will not need 6 months of emotional investment to ask you to betray yourself. The right person will not make you prove love with money. And if someone truly cares about you, they will care about your safety too. That is the lesson I learned. And maybe this story can help you see it before it costs you more. Not just money, but time, peace, trust, and pieces of your heart. If this story helps you, subscribe and share it with someone who needs to hear it. And watch my AI romance scam video next. Because once you understand the emotional trap, you also need to know how to check if the person is real. This is not nice to have. This is need to have. The most dangerous scammer is not the one who looks fake. Why? Because the easiest scammers to avoid are the obvious ones. The dangerous one may look kind. The dangerous one may look patient. The dangerous one may text you every morning. The dangerous one may call you beautiful. The dangerous one may pray for you. The dangerous one may talk about marriage. The dangerous one may even pass one small test. And that is what makes them dangerous. Because some things honest daters do. Scammers do too. A real person can text every morning. A scammer can text every morning. A real person can say, "I want something serious." A scammer can say the same thing. So the question is not, do they sound romantic? The question is, what happens when you slow things down? Stay with me. Because one woman thought she found love. Instead, she lost almost $100,000. But money was not the only thing she lost. Today, dating does not only happen on dating apps. It happens on Facebook, in groups, in comment sections, and in Messenger. Some profiles are obviously fake. Others are not. Some have photos. Some have posts. Some have friends. Some have normal comments. Some sound kind. Some sound sincere. And many real people are online too. That is why we need wisdom, not fear. A scammer only needs to look real enough for you to relax. Let me tell you about Pat. Pat became a widow in 2020. After that, she was lonely. That word matters. Lonely. Because scammers do not only look for money, they look for grief. They look for hope. They look for someone who still believes love is possible. Pat met a man named Lewis. He told her he was 62. She told him she was 83. And he said, "Age is just a number." To a lonely heart, that does not sound like a scam. It sounds sweet. It sounds accepting. It sounds like someone finally sees you. And that is where the illusion begins. Lewis did not start with money. He started with attention. He texted her. A lot. Hundreds of messages. For months. He sent messages like, "Good morning, my queen." He said he prayed for both of them. He said, "I love you." Now pause. Is a good morning text always fake? No. Is saying "I love you" always a lie? No. Honest daters do these things too. That is the confusing part. The words alone are not enough. A real person uses sweet words to connect. A scammer uses sweet words to gain access. Access to your time. Access to your emotions. Access to your trust. And eventually, access to your money. Pat said she fell in love. And from the inside, it did not feel like a scam. It felt like a relationship. It felt like someone cared. It felt like someone chose her. That is why romance scams hurt so deeply. The victim is not only losing money, they are losing the relationship they thought was real. They are grieving someone who never existed. That is a different kind of pain. Lewis had explanations. He said he had an accident, so he was hard to understand on the phone. So they texted more. He encouraged Pat to communicate away from the dating website. That is a warning sign. But in the moment, it may feel private. It may feel personal. It may feel closer. This happens on Facebook too. Someone says, "Let's talk on WhatsApp. Let's move to Telegram." I do not check Messenger often. Moving off platform is not always a scam, but scammers love it, because isolation gives them control, and scams grow best in isolation. Lewis also sent pictures. He said he worked for a construction company. He made plans to visit Pat. He even sent a picture of a plane ticket. A ticket feels like proof. A picture feels like proof. A plan to visit feels like proof. But proof can be staged. A scammer only needs to prove enough for you to stop asking questions. One photo is not proof of love. One ticket is not proof of honesty. One sweet message is not proof of character. The proof is in the pattern. Remember that. The proof is in the pattern. Maybe you asked someone, "Can you send a photo holding a cup?" Or, "Can we do a video call?" Maybe they got upset. Maybe they said, "Are you kidding me? You do not trust me? Why are you treating me like a criminal?" That reaction already tells you something. But maybe later they sent the photo, and you relaxed. You thought, okay, maybe they are real. But listen carefully. Passing one small test does not mean someone is safe. A scammer can pass a small test. A scammer can send a photo. A scammer can send a voice message. A scammer can send a ticket screenshot. So use proof as one piece, not the whole answer. Before I continue, if this video is making you think of someone, do not ignore that feeling. Save this video. Share it with someone dating online, especially someone who is lonely, someone widowed, someone divorced, someone starting over. One shared video can protect someone from months of pain. This is not nice to have knowledge. This is need to have knowledge. Now here is the dangerous part. Lewis did not ask for everything immediately. He built the relationship first. Daily messages, romantic words, future plans, emotional closeness. Then came the money. Over 6 months, Lewis convinced Pat to send 5 checks. She thought she was helping the man she loved. She thought it was for his business. She thought she was supporting their future. But the money went to scammers. The total was $98,547, almost $100,000. But the pain was not only financial. Pat felt sick. She felt heartbroken. She felt ashamed. The money hurts, but the shame hurts too. The betrayal hurts. The embarrassment hurts. The thought that someone used your kindness against you, that hurts. But being scammed does not mean you are stupid. It means someone studied your hope and used it against you. The shame belongs to the scammer, not the victim. This is why we cannot ignore the signs. If we ignore them early, we may pay later. with money, with time, with peace, with sleep, with confidence, with trust, with heart, and sometimes with identity. A scammer may not only take your savings, they may take your belief in love. They may make you afraid to trust anyone again. That pain can last. So the goal is not to become cold. The goal is to become clear. Not afraid. Clear. Not bitter. Wise. So what are the things honest daters do that scammers also do? First, they show interest. An honest person may ask because they care. A scammer may ask because they are collecting emotional information. They want to know where you are lonely. They want to know where you are hurt. They want to know what you miss. They want to know what words you have been waiting to hear. That is why interest alone is not proof. Attention is not proof. Questions are not proof. The pattern is proof. Second, they text every day. Daily texting is not bad. Good morning texts are not bad. Good night texts are not bad. But daily contact creates habit. Habit creates attachment. Attachment creates trust. And trust can make people ignore questions. If a stranger asks for money on day 1, you say no. Easy. But if someone has talked to you every day for 6 months, it feels different. When they ask for help, it no longer feels like a stranger asking. It feels like someone you love is in trouble. That is the setup. The scam does not begin with, "Send me money." The scam begins with, "Good morning, my queen." Third, they talk about the future. A real dater may say, "I want something serious. I would love to meet you. I can see us building something." That can be healthy. But scammers also talk about the future. Sometimes it is very fast. They may talk about marriage before meeting. They may say God brought you together. They may say they deleted the app because of you. And maybe you want to believe it. That does not make you foolish. It makes you human. But ask yourself, do I feel calm or swept away? Do I still think clearly? Or am I afraid to question the connection? Real love can slow down. A scam usually cannot. Fourth, they have problems. Real people have problems. Life is real. But scammers have problems at the perfect time. Right before the visit. Right before the meeting. Right before they can come home. Suddenly, there is an emergency. A frozen bank account. A delayed contract. A stuck package. A broken phone. A business problem. And somehow, you are the only person who can help. That is not romance. That is pressure. That is emotional leverage. If someone you have never met makes you financially responsible for their crisis, stop. Do not send money. Do not send gift cards. Do not send crypto. Do not share bank information. Do not open accounts. Do not let love turn you into a financial tool. Pat became suspicious when Lewis sent a contract. He asked her for $500,000. He said it was to invest in his business. The contract listed an address. Pat checked it in person. It was bogus. And when Lewis realized she had no more money, he stopped calling. He stopped texting. When the money stopped, the love stopped. That is the painful truth. It was not love. It was access. Access to loneliness. Access to trust. Access to money. So, how do you protect yourself? Use the boundary test. Say, "I do not send money to someone I have not met in person." Then watch. Say, "I want a live video call." Then watch. Say, "I need to slow down." Then watch. Say, "I do not invest in someone's business online." Then watch. An honest person may feel disappointed, but they will respect you. A scammer may get angry. They may guilt you. They may say, "You do not trust me. You hurt me. I thought you loved me." They may disappear. That reaction is information. Do not ignore it. Here are 3 simple tests. The time test. Can they handle slow pacing? The proof test. Can they verify who they are respectfully? The money test. Can the relationship exist without financial access? No emergencies. No investments. No gift cards. No crypto. No, just this once. If the romance collapses when money is unavailable, it was never romance. It was a transaction waiting to happen. For Facebook profiles, ask, does this profile show real life? Real history? Real comments? Real friends? Photos that match the story? Or does it feel empty? Copied? Too perfect? Too romantic too fast? Also ask yourself, do I feel peaceful? Or pressured? Respected? Or rushed? Safe? Or responsible for rescuing them? Love should not begin with rescue. Maybe you are watching this and thinking of someone who messages every day, someone who seems kind, someone who says they are serious, someone who has a complicated reason they cannot meet. I am not telling you they are automatically fake. I am telling you to slow down. Real love will not be destroyed by wisdom. So ask questions. Take the video call. Check the profile. Talk to a trusted friend. A healthy relationship can survive outside your inbox. A scam grows best in isolation. So remember this: a good morning text is not proof. A beautiful photo is not proof. A sad story is not proof. A plane ticket screenshot is not proof. A promise of marriage is not proof. The proof is in the pattern. The proof is in the boundaries. The proof is in what happens when you say no. The goal is not to become cold. The goal is to become clear. Do not stop believing in love, but stop confusing attention with trust. Stop confusing daily texting with commitment. Stop confusing one photo with proof. Stop confusing pressure with passion. The right person will not make you feel guilty. To protect yourself. And if someone disappears because you asked for safety, you did not lose love. You avoided pain. You protected your peace. You protected your future. If this video helped you, please like it, share it, send it to someone online, especially someone who is lonely, someone widowed, someone divorced, someone starting over. And after this video, to understand more about how scammers slowly build emotional trust before they ever ask for money, please watch my other video. This is Need to Have Knowledge, how romance scammers build emotional trust. Watch it to the end, because that video explains how the emotional trap is built step by step. And if you are talking to someone online right now, and something in this video makes you feel uncomfortable, do not ignore that feeling. This story may help you see what you have been missing. But sometimes, when you are emotionally involved, it is hard to see clearly by yourself. So before it is too late, before you send money, before you share personal information, before you get pulled deeper into the relationship, you can contact me for a 20-minute free consultation. I can help you take a look at your current situation and help you think through the red flags. My email is listed in the comments section. The question is not, can they look real for one moment? The question is, can they stay real over time? Watch the pattern. Test the boundaries. Protect your heart. Protect your money. Protect your peace. Because love should never require you to abandon your safety. 5 things honest daters do that scammers also do. How can you tell the difference before your heart gets too attached? Scams do not always begin with money. They begin with connection, a conversation, a feeling, a person who makes you feel alive again. This is a story reported in AARP magazine. Her husband had been gone for 14 years. She was not looking for romance. Then a man named Tony found her on Facebook. He said he was a surgeon working in Iraq. He said he was widowed. He said he had 2 children. At first, it felt innocent. Then it felt special. He said romantic things. He made her feel seen. He made her feel wanted. Soon, his children started messaging her. They wanted to call her mum. She had never had children. She had waited her whole life for someone to call her mum. So it felt like love. It felt like family. It felt like a new life. They talked several times a day. Tony called 5 or 6 times a day. The conversations felt real, and that made her trust him. Then came the first request, a gift card. He said he needed a better signal to call her. Then he needed money for better food. Then came more requests. Each time she helped. Not because she was foolish, but because by then it was not just about money. It was about protecting relationships, the future, the family she thought she finally had. When she said she was struggling to pay her own bills, he promised to pay her back. Then came the day he was supposed to arrive. Suddenly, he needed $20,000. That was when everything unraveled. It was a scam. In total, she had sent him $39,000, everything she had. But the money was not the only thing that hurt. Losing romance hurts. Losing the new life hurt. And she had told no one, so she carried the burden alone. That is why these matters. Romance scams are emotional crimes. They target hope. They target loneliness. They target trust. They target the part of you that still wants to believe love is possible. So here are 5 things honest daters do that scammers also do, and how to tell the difference. 1. They give you attention quickly. An honest dater may text you often. They may check in. They may remember details. That can be real. But scammers also use attention. Tony called 5 or 6 times a day. That can feel romantic. But it can also create dependency. The difference is this. Honest attention respects your life. Scammer attention takes over your life. So ask yourself, is this person getting to know me? Or are they becoming the center of my world too quickly? Real love gives you space. Manipulation takes it away. 2. They say romantic things. An honest dater may compliment you. They may say they like talking to you. They may say they feel close to you. That can be healthy. But scammers use romance to speed up attachment. Tony said romantic things to her. After 14 years without her husband, those words reached a lonely place. They made her feel chosen. Here is the difference. Honest words grow from real experience. Scammer words move faster than reality. So ask yourself, what does this person actually know about me? Have they earned this closeness? Or are they giving me a beautiful feeling too soon? Honest love grows. Scam love rushes. 3. They create a future too soon. An honest dater may talk about family. They may talk about the future. That can be normal. But scammers create a future before they build a present. Tony's children called her mum. That touched a lifelong dream. Now it was not just romance. It was family. And when someone gives you a dream you thought was gone, you do not want to lose it. So ask yourself, are we building something real? Or am I being pulled into a future that has not been earned yet? A real future needs real proof. Video calls. Consistent details. Verifiable identity. Respect for boundaries. No pressure for money. If the future is beautiful, but the present is full of excuses, slow down. 4. They ask for small help first. Scammers usually do not start with the biggest request. They start small. In this story, the first request was a gift card. He said it would help him call her. So the money did not feel like money. It felt like connection. Then came money for food. Then more requests. Then bigger requests. Once you say yes the first time, it gets harder to say no. Every yes deepens the emotional investment. Here is the difference. An honest dater does not use your feelings as a financial resource. A scammer turns emotional closeness into obligation. So ask yourself, are they asking for help? Or training me to ignore my limits? Do not send money, gift cards, crypto, bank information, or private documents to someone you have not met and verified. If saying no makes you afraid they will leave, that is not love. That is leverage. 5. They promise to pay you back. Tony promised to pay her back when he came home. That promise kept hope alive. It made the loss feel temporary. It made her think, I just have to hold on a little longer. Then came the final request. He needed $20,000. That was when the truth came out. Here is the difference. An honest person respects your financial limits. A scammer keeps creating emergencies that require your sacrifice. A safe person can handle your boundaries. A scammer needs you to abandon them. So let's put it together. Honest daters and scammers can both give attention. But honest attention respects your space. Scammer attention creates dependency. They can both say romantic things. But honest romance grows with reality. Scammer romance rushes ahead of reality. They can both talk about the future. But honest future talk has present proof. Scammer future talk keeps you emotionally invested. They can both ask for support. But honest support does not become financial pressure. Scammer support becomes gift cards, money, emergencies, and guilt. If this story sounds familiar, hear this clearly. You are not stupid. You are not weak. You are not the only one. Talk to someone you trust. Pause all payments. Save the messages. Contact your bank. Report the scam. And if you are in the US, AARP's Fraud Watch Network helpline is 877-908-3360. If you want to understand how scammers build emotional trust before they ask for money, watch my next video. This is Need to Have Knowledge. How romance scammers build emotional trust. Because once you understand the trust-building stage, you can recognize the manipulation before it reaches the money request. The one idea I want you to remember is this. Online dating becomes dangerous when emotional connection moves faster than reality. It is not wrong to want love. It is not wrong to want family. It is not wrong to want a second chance. But real love does not need gift cards. Real love does not need secrecy. Real love does not punish your questions. And real love does not make you go broke to prove you care. So do not only ask, do they make me feel special? Ask, do their actions prove they are real, safe, and honest? Please share this with someone online, especially someone lonely, widowed, divorced, or starting over. Love should not cost your peace. Love should not cost your savings. Love should not cost your sense of self. He spent 6 months trying to scam me. He got nothing. So someone else took over. Same account. Different person. Different trap. And this time it was not "I love you." It was "I can't pay my rent." That is how the scam changed from romance to pity. If you have not watched part 1, it is called He Waited 6 Months Before Asking for Money. That video explains how the emotional bond was built before money was ever mentioned. But in this video, I want to show you what happened after he failed. Because the story did not end. Someone else took over. And this is not nice to have. This is need to have. Because a romance scam is not always one person behind one phone. Sometimes it is a system. Sometimes it is a group. Sometimes the person you think you are talking to today is not the same person you talked to yesterday. And if you do not know how to notice the change, you may miss the second trap. After 6 months, something felt different. The words changed. The writing style changed. The way he responded changed. The timing changed. The emotional tone changed. It was still the same account. It was still supposed to be the same man. But it did not feel like the same person. That was the first thing that gave him away. Not his face. Not his voice. His writing. When you talk to someone every day for months, you learn their pattern. You learn how they write. You learn how they avoid questions. You learn how they use emotion. You learn the rhythm of their messages. And suddenly, the rhythm was different. That is one of the signs you need to watch for. When someone's writing style suddenly changes, pay attention. When their words become more simple or more polished, pay attention. When their emotional tone changes, pay attention. When they remember some things, but forget other things, pay attention. Because you may not be talking to the same person anymore. So I pointed it out. I told him I noticed the change. I told him the writing did not sound the same. I told him the behavior did not feel the same. At first, he did not want to say it. But after I pointed it out, he admitted it. He admitted he was not the same person. And that moment changed how I saw the whole thing. This was not just one man trying to scam me. This was connected to something bigger. Maybe a group. Maybe a network. Maybe people passing the conversation from one person to another. And this is what you need to understand. When scammers invest time in you, they may not want to lose the work. They may not want to lose the emotional connection that was already built. So if one person cannot close the scam, someone else may try. They may come in with a different tone, a different story, a different kind of pressure, but the goal may still be the same. Access, trust, money, control. Then we had several screen video calls. And that is when I saw the person behind the screen. He was not the successful man from the story. He was not the oil rig engineer. He was not living the life that had been described to me. He was living in Ghana. His living condition looked very difficult. He said he could not pay his rent. He complained about the environment around him. He said it was impossible for him to get anywhere from where he lived. He sounded stuck. He sounded frustrated. He sounded like someone who felt trapped in his own life. And this is where the story became emotionally confusing. Because when you finally see the person behind the scam, you may expect to feel only anger. But sometimes, you may also feel pity. You may see a person living in hard conditions. You may hear pain in their voice. You may see that their life is not easy. And suddenly, the scam becomes confusing again. Because now you are not only looking at a liar, you are also looking at a human being. But here is the lesson. Someone's hard life does not give them the right to harm your life. Someone's struggle does not give them permission to manipulate you. Someone's poverty does not make your boundary disappear. You can feel compassion, but you still need protection. You can understand someone's pain, but you do not need to fund it. You can want someone to do better, but you cannot rescue someone who is still trying to use you. I tried to speak to him like a real person. I suggested that he find a decent way to make a living. I told him there were better directions. I pointed out that he did have some skills. He could talk. He could write. He could observe people. He could learn patterns. Those skills could be used in a better way. Those skills could be used for something honest. But he did not fully seem to get it. Or maybe he did not want to get it. Because instead of taking the advice and building a better path, he moved the conversation in another direction. He started saying he had feelings for me. He started acting like there was a connection between us. And then he tried to connect himself to the previous scammer. That part is important. Because sometimes the second scammer does not start from zero. They try to inherit the emotion from the first scammer. They try to step into the story that someone else already created. They try to use the trust that was already built. They may act like the relationship continues through them. They may make you feel like you still owe care, like you still owe attention, like you still owe help. But you need to remember this. A fake relationship cannot become real just because a new person admits the truth. An honest confession does not erase the manipulation. A video call does not erase the scam. Seeing their face does not mean they are safe. And feeling sorry for them does not mean you should send money. Then came the money request. He asked for money to pay his rent. And that was the second trap. The first trap was romance. The second trap was pity. In part 1, the danger was emotional bonding. In part 2, the danger became sympathy. Because now it was not just, I love you. Now it was, I am suffering. Now it was, I cannot pay rent. Now it was, my environment is impossible. Now it was, you are the one person who understands me. And that can be powerful. Because if you have a kind heart, you may want to help. If you believe people can change, you may want to encourage them. If you see someone suffering, you may feel guilty walking away. But this is where you must be very clear. Kindness without boundaries can become a doorway. And scammers know this. They may fail with romance, then try pity. They may fail with pressure, then try guilt. They may fail with lies, then try partial truth. But the goal is still to move your boundary. This is why you cannot only ask, is this person telling the truth now? You also need to ask, what are they asking me to do with this truth? Are they using the truth to take responsibility? Or are they using the truth to get money? Are they trying to change? Or are they trying to make me rescue them? Are they respecting my boundary? Or are they testing it again? Because the real test is not whether someone has a sad story. The real test is what they do after you say no. If they respect your no, that tells you something. If they keep pushing, that tells you something too. And in my case, the pattern was still there. Different person, different face, different situation, but the same direction. Money. That is when I realized the scam had not ended. It had only changed costume. A scam can change shape. It can start as romance, then turn into pity. It can start with a fake successful man, then turn into a real person with real problems. It can start with, I love you, then become, please help me. But if the whole path still leads to your money, you need to stop. You are not responsible for fixing the life of someone who entered yours through deception. You are not responsible for paying the rent of someone who was part of a scam. You are not responsible for saving someone who is still using emotional pressure. You can wish them better. You can hope they choose a different life. But you do not have to become the price of their lesson. This is what I learned from part 2. The scam does not always end when the first person fails. Sometimes it continues with another person. Sometimes the mask changes. Sometimes the story changes. Sometimes the emotional weapon changes. But your boundary must stay the same. No money, no guilt, no rescue, no emotional debt. If someone comes into your life through lies, they do not get to demand trust. If someone admits the truth only after being caught, they do not get to ask for money. If someone says they care about you but still asks you to carry their burden, pause. Because care does not use deception as a doorway, and love does not begin with a scam. So please remember this. You can have compassion and still say no. You can see someone's pain and still protect yourself. You can understand why someone is desperate and still refuse to be used. Your heart matters too. Your safety matters too. Your life matters too. And your boundary is not cruelty. Your boundary is protection. If part 1 was about emotional bonding, part 2 is about what happens after the scam fails. Because sometimes, the next trap is not love. Sometimes, the next trap is pity. And if you do not know that, you may escape one scam and walk into another. If you have not seen part 1, watch He Waited 6 months before asking for money next. That is where I explain how the first trap was built. And if this story helped you, subscribe and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Because this is not nice to have. This is need to have.
Wrong number scams don't start with a link. They start with politeness. That wrong number text may not be an accident. It may be a psychological test. The stranger asking, "Are we still meeting for coffee?" doesn't care whether they reached the correct person. They care whether you respond. Because one polite reply tells them 3 things. Your number is active. You're willing to engage. And kindness can open the door. They won't ask for money today. First, they may apologize. Then they'll become interesting. Then familiar. Then, possibly, essential. Because wrong number scams don't start with a suspicious link. They start with politeness. And by the time money enters the conversation, the real investment has already been made. Your trust. In the next 10 minutes, I'll show you how an innocent text can develop into a friendship, a romance, and eventually financial ruin. More importantly, you'll learn how to close the door before the trap begins. The first message usually looks harmless. "Hello, are we still meeting for coffee? Do you have time for lunch tomorrow? I found your number in my contacts. Have we met?" You reply, "Sorry, you have the wrong number." A normal conversation would end there. But this stranger continues. "You seem very kind. Maybe this mistake happened for a reason. Since we're already talking, where are you from?" This is where many people misunderstand the danger. The first message may not be an immediate attempt to steal money. It can be a screening process. The sender is testing whether you are responsive, patient, trusting, or simply willing to continue talking. Your politeness is not a weakness.
but a scammer may treat it as valuable information. The Federal Trade Commission reports that wrong number scams can begin with innocent messages such as hello or an invitation to meet for coffee. The stranger then develops a friendship, sometimes with romantic undertones, before introducing a fraudulent investment opportunity. In 2024, consumers reported losing $470 million to scams that began with text messages. That was more than 5 times the amount reported in 2020. And because many victims never report what happened, the real damage may be much greater. Once you respond, the stranger begins constructing a personality. They may appear successful but humble, attractive but lonely, wealthy but emotionally wounded. They might send photographs of expensive meals, beautiful vacations, a peaceful home, or a successful business. But these images are not necessarily evidence of real life. They may simply be scenery. The scammer is creating someone you will want to know. But first, they must discover what kind of person you want. So they ask questions. Are you married? What do you do for work? Do you live alone? What happened in your last relationship? What are your dreams? What worries you about the future? Each answer helps them personalize the next stage of the relationship. If you value family, they become devoted to family. If you have experienced betrayal, they claim to have been betrayed. If you feel lonely, they become consistently available. They begin reflecting on your interests, values, and emotional needs back to you. The effect can feel extraordinary. Finally, someone understands you. But true intimacy grows through shared experiences and verified reality. A scammer can manufacture the appearance of intimacy through constant communication and carefully selected responses. Soon, the stranger may ask you to move the conversation to WhatsApp, Telegram, or another private messaging platform. The reason sounds practical. This app is easier. I use it for work. I don't check regular messages very often. But moving the conversation serves another purpose. It separates the relationship from the place where it began. Now the connection can develop privately, with fewer reminders that this person was once a complete stranger. Messages begin arriving every morning. Did you sleep well? Have you eaten? I was thinking about you. Consistency creates familiarity. Familiarity begins to feel like safety. Eventually, you stop asking, "Who is this person?" Instead, you begin asking, "Why would someone who cares about me want to hurt me?" That is the transformation the scammer needs. To understand how far manufactured trust can go, consider the publicly shared experience of Lang. Her story appeared in an interview published by the Dating to Win channel. According to Lang's account and the channel's description, she was an educated and successful nurse practitioner. She was not careless. She was not unintelligent. She reportedly became involved in a romance and cryptocurrency scam that continued for approximately 6 months. The reported loss was approximately $1.6 million. Public descriptions of her interview say she sold 2 houses during this period. Think about what that reveals. A person does not normally sell 2 homes because a stranger suddenly asks for money. That level of financial action requires something much deeper. Trust, emotional commitment, and the belief that both the relationship and the opportunity are real. Lang's account does not establish that her relationship began with a wrong number text, but it demonstrates the possible destination of a prolonged relationship-based investment scam. The criminal's most powerful tool is not cryptocurrency. It is the relationship surrounding the cryptocurrency. Without that relationship, an investment request may look suspicious. Inside the relationship, it can look like a shared future. The victim may believe they are investing alongside someone who loves them. They may imagine retirement, travel, financial security, or a new life together. That is why these scams can overcome education and professional experience. The decision is no longer processed as, should I trust this financial platform? It becomes, should I trust the person I love? Those are 2 completely different questions, and the scammer may have spent months preparing the answer. The financial opportunity is often introduced casually. The stranger may mention trading cryptocurrency or receiving guidance from a successful relative. They do not always pressure the victim immediately. Instead, They show screenshots of apparent profits. Then they say, "You don't have to invest. I only wanted to share this with you. We could build our future together." This creates the illusion that the victim is making an independent decision. Eventually, the victim is directed to a professional-looking investment platform. The balance rises. The account appears profitable. The numbers create excitement. The victim may even be allowed to withdraw a small amount, but that withdrawal is not proof that the investment is legitimate. The FBI warns that scammers may permit small withdrawals to create the appearance of legitimacy and persuade victims to invest more. This is manufactured proof. The scammers may sacrifice a small amount to unlock a much larger investment. Once more money has been deposited, the platform suddenly freezes the account. Now there is a tax, a verification payment, a security deposit, or a withdrawal fee. Every payment is presented as the final obstacle between the victim and their money, but the displayed profits may never have existed. The numbers on the screen were part of the performance. At this stage, outsiders often ask, why would anyone keep paying? But that question ignores everything that came before. The victim is not responding to one financial demand. They are responding to weeks or months of emotional conditioning. They may also experience the sunk cost effect. The more money, time, and hope someone has invested, the harder it becomes to accept that everything may be gone. The scammer adds emotional pressure. You're giving up just before the withdrawal. Don't you trust me? This is our future. Now caution is reframed as betrayal. Love becomes something the victim must prove financially. Remember this. A legitimate partner will never require you to risk your financial security to demonstrate your love. From this day forward, follow one simple rule. An unsolicited stranger does not earn continued access to you simply because they appear polite. If you receive a wrong number message, do not continue the conversation. Do not provide your name, your location, your profession, your relationship status, or your photographs. Do not move the conversation to another platform. Do not click links. Use your phone's report junk feature. Block the number. Delete the message. If an online friend or romantic interest introduces an investment, stop. Do not use the application or website they recommend. Talk to someone you trust before transferring money. Verify the investment independently. Never pay additional taxes or fees to unlock supposed profits. If you have already sent money, contact your financial institution or cryptocurrency exchange immediately. Save the messages, transaction records, account details, wallet addresses, and screenshots. Report the incident to the Federal Trade Commission and the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center. And do not trust anyone who contacts you afterward and promises to recover your money for an upfront payment. That may be another scam. If you responded to one of these messages, you are not foolish. You acted like a human being. You tried to be polite. The shame does not belong to the person who offered kindness. It belongs to the person who weaponized it. But kindness does not require unlimited access. You can be compassionate and still close the door. You can be hopeful and still verify. You can desire connection without surrendering your financial authority. Share this video with someone who answers every message because ignoring people feels rude. That instinct may be generous. But in the wrong hands, it can become the beginning of a carefully engineered relationship. Remember, that wrong number text may not be an accident. It may be the first test, because wrong number scams don't start with a link. They start with politeness. And if you want to understand what happens after a stranger earns your trust, watch this next video. Online dating scams don't start with money, they start with perfection. It reveals how manufactured connection becomes emotional control and financial ruin. Click the video on your screen now. Stay vigilant. Stay safe. Guard your future. She had already told herself she would stop replying. Something about his profile felt too polished, too perfectly sad. Everything she wanted to hear was too carefully shaped. But his message was gentle. "I didn't want to ask you this," he wrote, "but you're the only person I trust." That sentence landed harder than it should have. Because a scam does not always feel like danger. Sometimes it feels like hope. Sometimes it feels like someone finally seeing you. Sometimes it sounds like the exact words your heart was waiting for. And that is where the danger begins. Not when the money is gone, not when the truth finally comes out, but in the quiet moment when your gut says something is off and your heart says, but what if this is real? Your gut feeling is not proof, but it is a signal. This is the publicly reported true story of Jackie Crenshaw, a woman preparing for retirement when an online romance scam changed her life. Jackie was 61 years old, a hospital manager in Connecticut. She had worked for years, built a career, saved for retirement, and helped people every day. She was not careless. She was not foolish. She was human. And like many people approaching a new chapter in life, she wanted more than security. She wanted companionship. Someone to talk to. Someone to share the future with. Someone who made later life feel less alone. Scammers do not only target weakness, they target hope. One day, Jackie met a man online. He claimed to be a widowed contractor. He seemed successful, gentle, family-oriented, and emotionally available. His story had sadness, but not too much. His words were warm, but not too much. Just enough pain to feel humans. Just enough kindness to feel safe. A fake profile does not always feel dangerous. Sometimes it feels like possibility. At first, it was not about money. That matters, because the most dangerous scams often begin with attention. A message after work, a question about your day, a detail remembered, a thoughtful gesture, a future that starts forming before two people have truly met. Slowly, the stranger became familiar. The scam did not begin with money, it began with trust. And when someone says exactly what you have been wanting to hear, even noticing the red flags can feel wrong, you start asking yourself, am I being too suspicious? Am I judging him too quickly? What if he really is different? What if this is the one real thing I have been waiting for? A part of Jackie sensed something was not right. Not loudly, not clearly, just a quiet pressure inside. The kind of warning people often rename as fear, overthinking, or insecurity. But sometimes, that feeling is your first honest signal. A part of her knew, but another part still wanted to believe. That is the emotional middle state. The space between suspicion and escape. The place where doubt and hope fight each other. People often do not hold on because they fully believe it. They hold on because they want just a little more proof before letting go. One more message. One more explanation. One more sign is that maybe it is real. People do not always stay because they believe the lie. Sometimes, they stay because they want one more proof before letting go. And while all of this is happening inside, life on the outside can still look normal. Jackie still had work, responsibilities, ordinary conversations, ordinary days. But beneath that ordinary behavior, her mind was still inside the relationship, replaying messages, promises, excuses, soft sentences that made her feel special. The scam was happening beneath ordinary behavior. That is one of the hidden dangers of romance scams. They do not only take money, they take up space inside your mind. They make you emotionally responsible for a person you have not verified. They make you feel guilty for questioning. They make secrecy feel like loyalty. But real love does not need you to hide from everyone who cares about you. Real love does not need secrecy. As the relationship evolved, it became less about companionship and more about a shared future. Cryptocurrency, a supposed broker, screenshots, account balances that appeared to grow, proof that looked real enough to quiet the warning. And when fake proof enters the story, doubt becomes harder to hold on to, because now it does not only feel emotional. It looks like evidence. Small proofs can feel bigger than they are when your heart wants the story to be true. That is how pressure becomes a decision. Slowly, emotionally. Before you realize it, you are no longer asking, is this real? You are asking, what if I miss my chance? The danger was not only the fake profile, the danger was how much she wanted it to be real. Eventually, warnings appeared. A friend became suspicious. Police were alerted. And even then, Jackie still wanted to believe. That is not weakness. That is emotional manipulation. Because when you are inside the story, a warning does not always feel like rescue. Sometimes, it feels like someone is taking away the one thing you were hoping for. That is why scams can be so confusing. Part of you knows something is wrong, but another part still wants to believe. So if a message makes you feel rushed, guilty, afraid, or secretive, pause before you answer. If someone online makes you afraid to ask for advice, pause. Do not decide scammer only from a feeling, but do not ignore the feeling either. Treat your instinct as an early warning, then verify. Show the message to one trusted person. A real connection can survive a second opinion. A scam usually cannot. And if you are watching this thinking, how would I know what to look for? I made something free to help you. It is called Real Love, Real Risk. Protecting your heart and your wallet from online romance scams 2026 edition. Because in a world where faces can be generated and voices can be copied, verification is not paranoia. It is the new common sense. Click the link in the comment section to get it for free. Use it before you trust a profile, before you send money, before you keep a secret, before pressure turns into a decision you cannot undo. Get the free booklet, Real Love, Real Risk. Protect your heart, protect your wallet. Jackie eventually lost about $900,000. But the loss was not only financial. Romance scams do not only steal money, they steal the story you thought you were living, the trip that was never going to happen, the home that was never going to be shared, the person who seemed to understand you but was only studying you, the future that felt close enough to protect but was never real enough to trust. Romance scams steal more than money. They steal the story you thought you were living. At the beginning, we said a scam does not always feel like danger. Now we understand why. Sometimes, it feels like the message you were waiting for. The person who finally understands you. The future you were afraid to stop believing in. The chance you did not want to lose. Sometimes hope is the disguise danger wears. Your gut feeling is not proof. But sometimes, it is the first honest signal trying to protect you before the lie becomes a loss. So here is the mission. Pause before pressure becomes a decision. Verify before trust becomes a loss. Get the free booklet, Real Love, Real Risk, from the link in the comment section. Read it. Share it. Send it to someone who may need it before they need it. Because real trust can survive time. Real love can survive questions. Real people do not need secrecy to prove loyalty. Thank you for watching. Follow me for more real stories, red flags, and practical ways to protect your heart and your wallet online. Because scams grow in silence, but they lose power the moment the story is shared. Pause, verify, tell someone. Do you think loving yourself protects you from scams? Sometimes it does the opposite. High-level scammers are not only after your money, they are after your self-esteem. They do not always begin with, "I love you." Sometimes they begin with, "I understand you." That is much more dangerous. The more you want to believe, "I am smart, clear-headed, and impossible to fool," the easier it can be to manipulate you. The best scammers do not first make you fall in love with them. They make you fall more in love with yourself. The smart version. The elegant version. The version that is different from everyone else. This is called narcissistic compensation. When you protect a perfect self-image, you may filter out truths you do not want to hear. Even when something feels wrong, you tell yourself, "Impossible. I would not misjudge someone. I am not the kind of person who gets scammed." Think about the Brad Pitt scam. A French woman named Anne believed she was in a private relationship with Brad Pitt. The scammers used AI-generated photos and emotional messages. She lost around €830,000. Many people laughed. How could anyone believe that? But the real warning was not Brad Pitt. It was the feeling. Being chosen. Being understood. Being seen by someone extraordinary. That is the dangerous part of high-end dating scams. Now let me tell you about Sarah. This is a typical kind of case I discuss in my book, What a Wild Online Dating World, which you can find on Amazon. Sarah was a corporate executive. Strong income, refined life, fitness, travel, wine, investing. She often said, "A woman must love herself." Sarah was careful. If a man called her baby too quickly, she blocked him. If someone rushed to meet, she blocked him. If anyone mentioned money, she became alert. So Sarah never thought she could be scammed. She once told a friend, "Someone like me cannot be fooled." That was exactly the opening. She could recognize low-level scammers, but not high-level ones. When this man appeared, he did not rush. He did not say he loved her. He did not mention investment. He only observed her. Sarah posted a restaurant photo. He wrote, "This place feels chosen by someone with real taste." Sarah paused. An ordinary man might say, "You look beautiful." But he said she had taste. Then Sarah shared a book. He said, "Very few people read this. You are clearly not someone who only cares about surface beauty." Later, she posted travel photos. He said, "Most people travel just to take pictures. You seem to feel the soul of a city." Sarah replied, "How did you know?" He said, "I can feel it. You are not an ordinary woman." Sarah smiled, not because she had never heard compliments, but because he touched the part of her she most wanted to be seen. Not her beauty, not her money, not her title, but her taste, her depth, her soul. That was the hook. He was not loving her. He was using her narcissism. Here, narcissism is not just an insult. It is the small part inside all of us that hopes, "I'm special. I hope someone sees my true value." The scammer saw that part. Then he started feeding it. At first, they talked about art, travel, career, and life choices. He never rushed. He made Sarah feel this was not flirting. It was a spiritual connection. One night, Sarah had dinner with a friend. Her friend asked, "Did you meet someone new?" Sarah smiled. "Kind of, but he is different." "How is he different?" Sarah said, "He understands me." Those 3 words are dangerous, because many online dating traps do not begin with, "I love you." They begin with, "I understand you." Later, Sarah joked, "You are not a scammer, are you?" A low-level scammer might panic. But this man replied, "The fact that you are so cautious makes me admire you. Not many women can stay so clear-headed." He used her suspicion as a compliment. Sarah's alertness was supposed to protect her, but he turned it into part of her self-esteem. She began to think, "I am clear-headed. I am good at judging people." That was the danger. A person is not always easiest to fool when she is weak. Sometimes, she is easiest to fool when she is certain she cannot be fooled. Later, he slowly revealed his life. He never bragged. He casually mentioned private wine events, finance friends, international projects, and high-end forums. Just enough for Sarah to imagine the rest. That is how high-level scams work. The scammer does not force the dream on you. He lets you complete the dream yourself. Then one day, he mentioned an investment. Lightly, as if it slipped out. "I've been doing a small private allocation, but this kind of thing is not suitable to discuss publicly." Sarah stayed quiet. He did not push. Then he added, "I know you are not the type to blindly follow trends. That is why I dared to mention it to you." He did not beg her to invest. He made it sound like a qualification. An opportunity only someone like her could understand. Sarah began to waver. She told herself, "I understand investing. I can judge this. I will not act recklessly." But she was no longer only judging the investment. She was judging herself. If I refuse, do I lack vision? If I am too cautious, do I become ordinary? The scammer was not exploiting her weakness. He was exploiting her pride. Because Sarah loved herself. Because she believed she was high level. So when he offered a fantasy that matched her identity, her defenses began to collapse. A few days later, Sarah felt something was wrong. His reply times were too fixed. His photos looked too perfect. When she asked financial questions, he avoided details. So she questioned him, "Why can't I find much information about this platform?" He replied, "Sarah, a smart person like you should understand that trust is the highest form of social currency." Sarah stared at the sentence. Her heart sank. She wanted to verify facts. But he turned verification into distrust. He turned doubt into something low level. He turned caution into a lack of sophistication. So Sarah made excuses. Maybe he is just low-key. Maybe high-end circles are hard to search. Maybe I am too sensitive. That is narcissistic compensation. It is not that you do not see the truth. It is that you filter out the truth because it damages your perfect self-image. Later, Sarah invested. Just to test. The platform looked professional. The profits appeared real. Most importantly, she successfully withdrew money once. That withdrawal was the key. Sarah lowered her guard. She thought, "See, I was right. I am not someone who gets scammed." Then came the second investment. Then the third. The amounts grew larger, until she tried to withdraw everything. Then the problems began. Account abnormality. Taxes required. Security deposit required. System review. Sarah panicked. She called him. No answer. She messaged him. Read but no reply. Then the messages disappeared. At that moment, she understood. From the first sentence, "You are special." From every late-night conversation. From every line like, "You are not an ordinary woman." The cage had already been closing around her. The cruelest part was not only the money. It was that she did not dare tell anyone. Because she was afraid they would say, "You are so smart, how could you be scammed?" Her pain was financial. But it was also about self-esteem. She had to admit, "I misjudged someone. I wanted to feel special. I ignored my intuition. I am not always clear-headed." So why can loving yourself make you easier to scam? Not because self-love is wrong, but because sometimes what you love is not your full, real self. You love the perfect persona. Always elegant. Always smart. Always right. Never fooled. And scammers know how to love that version first. Then they make you give up verification to protect that version. So remember this. When someone keeps telling you that you are different, be careful. When a relationship makes you afraid to verify, be careful. When you keep making excuses, stop. And when money appears, slow down. Investment platforms, withdrawal problems, taxes, security deposits, account abnormalities. These are not romantic plot points. They are warning signs. True self-love is not saying, "I will never be scammed." True self-love is saying, "I may also have blind spots, so I am allowed to stop." Next time someone tells you, "You are special, you are rare, you are so clear-headed, only you understand me," ask yourself, is this genuine appreciation? Or is he feeding the version of me I most want to believe in? I wrote What a Wild Online Dating World because many online dating traps do not begin with, "I love you." They begin with, "I understand you." For more real case breakdowns, please follow me. And watch this video, What You Must Know, How Romance Scammers Build Emotional Trust. It shows how a scammer spent 6 months trying to scam me, failed, and then did something even more shocking. After watching it, you will see online dating more clearly.